Welcome back to the Champagne Empress podcast, my divine queen. I'm your host, Georgette, and today we're creating your energetic blueprint for a magnetic, abundant, and love-filled 2025. Are you ready? And of course, before we dive in, let's align our energy. Close your eyes if you're in a safe space to do so. Take a deep breath into your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, I want you to feel yourself expanding into the infinite possibilities of the new year. Feel the power of fresh beginning, of unlimited potential, of quantum leaps waiting to manifest into your world. Now grab your glass of champagne and let's cheer to 2025. So, as we are heading into the new year, we want to be super grateful for what 2024 has brought us. All the things we actually accomplished, all the things that went well, and also the things that didn't go well. We want to make sure we sit back and say, you know what? I made this choice and I'm sitting in it. It wasn't wise. However, I've learned from it because this is what it taught me to be more patient, to be more discerning. Whatever comes up for you, let it be. I want you to sit in that gratitude because I want you to take it again in 2025, where all the things we're setting, all the things we want, the infinite things we want to go for, we're going to sit in that gratitude when it comes to embodying it, calling it in, and manifesting it. So let me tell you something about preparing for the new year. Most people get this completely wrong. They make a list, set goals, create vision boards. Don't get me wrong. I love those things. I love my vision boards. That's something I'm going to do in my membership. But so if you want to come and create a vision board in a way that works, join the membership, right? But we skip the most crucial steps, the energetic alignment. And today we're doing it differently because we're going to start with the energetic foundation of what it means to prepare for the new year. So first, let's talk about choosing your word for 2025. This is something I do, and my words came to me even before, I think before December. And usually I let myself decide on a word. And this year I have two words, but a third came through the other day. So let's talk about choosing your word for 2025. It could be one, it could be two, it could be three. I wouldn't do more than that because it's just not about picking a pretty word that sounds good. Oh my gosh, like this sounds amazing. It's not about that. Your word needs to be a frequency that you want to embody, something that your body is calling for, your soul is craving for. So when I choose my word, I just don't think about what I want to achieve. I think about who I need to become. So when I decide this is my word for 2025, I'm also seeing how I can embody all of it. So some powerful words for an empress might be sovereign, magnetic, abundant, divine, unstoppable. But here's the key. Your word needs to make you feel something. When you say it, it should light up your entire body. It should feel both exciting and slightly uncomfortable. That's how you know it's going to create growth, magic. Now let's create your success blueprint for each area. So when you think about areas of your life, when I do my vision boards, I have different areas that I work in for wealth, family, love, whatever it is, I want you to look at all your areas so you create a success blueprint energetically for each. So we're going to start with the top one, and then you could continue on your own. So when it comes to wealth, I want you to start with your wealth consciousness. What beliefs about money do you need to release for before 2025? Or if you're just listening to it, it's never too late. What are you releasing? Are you still operating from scarcity? Or are you ready to embody abundance? What's your divine money number for 2025? Because let me tell you, Empress, we're not going to be realistic. So many places we go in this world, it says, well, be realistic, be practical. Well, when you come and listen to this podcast, this is a space where I allow you to think big. This is a space where we're not moving with logic. We're going to be unrealistic with the things. I want you to be outrageous in your demand. What is your divine money number for 2025? Don't pick a random number because that's how it feels like. I want your body to feel safe. I want your body to understand it because it's going to expand. But I want you to totally feel that number through, not because someone said you should make six-figure a year. If your body's calling for $1 billion, $1 million a month, whatever it is, allow yourself to be outrageous. So now, how do we go and create that success for love as well? I want you to look at the energy that you're bringing in 2025 for love. Because I see a lot of people go, oh my gosh, I'm convinced that all men cheat. I'm convinced that I'm never going to fight. Well, honey, if you're bringing that energy into 2025, you're going to get exactly what you say. The universe is going to show you proof that all men cheat. It's going to show you proof that men do this, whatever, the things you're trying to avoid. So what energy are you bringing into your love life in 2025? Are you still carrying 2024 patterns that no longer serves you? Because those things have no place in your life. Let it go. The past traumas, yes, it's hard to release, but let's not hold on to them. Recognize it, feel them, but let your body be fueled for something new. Let them go. What kind of queen do you need to become to attract your king? Because we are going to attract our king in 2025. Is that what you want? Is that what you so desire? Because let's call in your king. And how can you embody that woman now? Because again, we don't wait for 2025. We start the process now in this moment. So how are you embodying that woman now? An example for success could be, how are you defining success on your own terms? Stop looking around and seeing people making this move, making that move, and feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not accomplishing anything in my life, because it is not meant to be your success. So please define what success means to you on your own terms. What do you need to release to step into your next level? And this could be friends, family, patterns, beliefs, whatever those are. What do you need to release to step into that next level? And who do you need to become to achieve your 2025 dreams? A lot of us, sometimes I have to remind myself that too. We decide, oh, I'm going to accomplish this. I'm going to do, I'm going to have my $1 million year. I'm going to have my six-figure year or 15K month, whatever it is. Yet we are not becoming that person. We're not showing up as that person. So, how are you showing up in 2025 in order for your success to become a reality? And think about what boundaries needs to be set. Look at all the areas of your life and be aware of where you're at. Release what no longer serves you. S- Find ways and ask yourself how, like, what you need to become to achieve your goal. And how can you be that person? How can you set boundaries? So let me share something personal. I decided on three words. One is connection and connecting with my friends, nurturing our friendship, connecting with new people. And I think it means for me more connecting in person, making sure I step out of my comfort zone and make new connections. So, finance. So, when it comes to finances, it's really making sure that I am on the right path for all the things when it comes to investing, when it comes to setting more trust if I need to, putting my kid as an employee, adding my kid as an employee in my business, all of that. Yet there's another word that I chose, and that was sovereign. Okay. We all know as an empress, we need to be sovereign. We are calling in loyalty. And I know that I'm sovereign. But here's the thing. That word, when I chose it, it challenged me in ways I never expected. And in a way, it's like I'm already showing up as a sovereign being in my life. How much more can I show up that way? And I started doubting, the voices started coming up. How much bigger do you need to get? How much taller do you need to stand in your sovereignty? It challenged me. It challenged me in ways I never expected. Every time I was about to compromise my standards, that word would echo in my mind. Every time I was about to say yes when my soul wanted to say no, sovereign would remind me of my power. So in 2025, I'm going to show up even more in my sovereignty without apologizing for what comes up, without apologizing for my being, without shrinking when in love and business and all of it. I get to retain my sovereignty and I get to embody that. And that's what your words should do. It should guide your decisions, shape your choices, and remind you of your power when you're tempted to play small. Now, let's talk about practical implementation. I'm going to give you your Empress assignments for preparing for 2025. First, we talked about your word selection. So, when I create a word, this is my process. So, this is your assignment when you actually um, ready to select a word for 2025. I want you to find a quiet space, light a candle, write down 10 words that resonate. Or you could just meditate and let the words come through. Close your eyes and feel each one in your body. Your word will choose you. You'll feel it. And your next assignment is going to be energy clearing. So write down everything you're releasing from 2024. The way I like to do it, I write every single thing I'm releasing from past trauma, from past hurt, from whatever it is, patterns, bad habits, whatever. and I take a lighter and I burn it. So you could either burn it or tear it up, but release that energy. Then write down everything you're calling in for 2025 and keep this where you can see it daily. And set intentions for each quarter of 2025 that reminds you of what you're calling in. Then the third thing I would like for you to do is a success visualization. Oh, this is one of my favorite things. Like, before I open my eyes in the morning, I do a success visualization. It doesn't have to take you long. So create a morning practice where you embody your 2025 self. Before you open your eyes, how does she walk? How does she talk? How does she carry herself? What is she doing? How is she embodied? Start being her now. Yes. Let me share a quick story about one of my clients. She chose magnetic as her word. And instead of just writing it down, she embodied it. She asked herself before every decision, what would a magnetic woman do? Before every date, how would a magnetic woman show up? By the end of the year, she had doubled her income and attracted a man who worships the ground she walks on. That's the power of energetic alignment. So your homework this week is to complete the word selection ritual. Write down your quantum wealth number for 2025. List 3 traits of your 2025 Empress self. Begin embody those traits now. And create a timeline for your quantum leaps in 2025. So remember, 2025 isn't about working harder. It's about aligning harder. It's about becoming the Empress who naturally attracts everything you desire. So let's raise a glass and cheers for 2025 to become the most aligned version of ourselves in what we do, in love, in business, in all the things. If this episode lit a fire in you, come join our conversation in our Facebook group. Share your word of the year and let's amplify each other's energy. Follow me on Instagram. And for those ready to step into 2025 with unstoppable Empress energy, let's work together to create your energy blueprint for magnetic love. DM me for details about my exclusive coaching opportunity. Until next week, stay magnetic, stay sovereign, and remember, you're always the Empress. Everything else is just